So in the last couple of sections, we've looked at demand and supply. We're going to put them together now, and we're going to get what is called the equilibrium price and the equilibrium quantity in the market. What that means is that if we have an equilibrium price of a particular product, that actually would be the price that the product is sold for, assuming it's a free market. Free market meaning assuming the government does not determine the price. So it's set by businesses pretty much based on the supply and the demand for the product. So let's graph the demand curve again. We know that the demand curve is a downward sloping curve, so it looks something like this. That's the demand curve. We'll abbreviate it with the big D. And let's say that we have a typical supply curve, which is an upward sloping supply curve, and we'll call that S. So where is going to be the equilibrium price? In other words, the price that's going to be charged in the market. Well, let's take a look at a couple of different prices. If the price was $2, given these supply and demand curves, then what is going to be the supply? Well, producers are going to be wanting to sell about 400 products, and consumers are going to want to buy 1,000 products. So it's a popular product if it's $2. And but that's not equilibrium, because we would have a supply of 400 and we would have people wanting to buy 1,000. So we'd have actually a shortage. So if the price is $2, we would have what's called a shortage. Anytime we have a shortage, we would have businesses wanting to raise the price because businesses don't want empty shelves. Also, if there's a shortage, businesses feel like, oh, if we raise the price, we'd still be able to sell everything and we'd make more profits. So anytime there's a shortage, the price would go up. And it would actually go up towards this intersection point. But first, let's take a look to see if, let's say if the price is $5. If that's what businesses would charge, then we would find that consumers, because we're at the demand curve there, consumers would buy about 400 products. And if we go over from $5 to the supply curve, we would notice that businesses would be a little bit more than 1,000. Businesses would actually be supplying a little bit more than 1,000, maybe 1,050 or so. Well, that's not an equilibrium either, because we would have way more supply of products than the consumers would be buying. So that would be called a surplus. Anytime there's a surplus, businesses don't want to get stuck with tons of products. They would want to lower the price or put things on sale, and the price would go from 5 to 4, and it would actually end up, in the long run, would end up at an equilibrium price of, well, let's see, that would be approximately a little bit, it's between 3 and 4, let's say 350. So the equilibrium price here in this particular example is at 350, and the quantity, if we go down to the quantity axis, it would be between 600 and 800, let's say 700 or so. So we'd have an equilibrium price, that is 350, and an equilibrium quantity or a free market quantity of about 700.